Dior Beauty is one of my favorite makeup brands. It's actually one of the most popular brands here on my channel. I have tested almost every single product that they make. But Dior and I, we have a little bit of a love-hate relationship. While there are some serious holy grails from this brand, not every product lives up to the hefty and continuously increasing price tag. In fact, some of their worst products are constantly being pushed by influencers across social media. That, coupled with the constant reformulations of their most iconic products, has left me feeling a little bit salty. So in today's video, I'm going to guide you towards my top 5 favorites from Dior Beauty that I have purchased myself time and time again, while saving you from some of the most overhyped, overpriced beauty products on social media. Let's get into it. Let's start off with one of the worst, and this is the product from Dior Beauty that makes me the most mad, and sadly, it's one of their most viral. It is the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow blushes, and specifically in this shade, the Pink Rosy Glow. These just went completely viral on social media, what was it, like a year and a half ago? Despite these being around for several years, Gen Z caught on to these, and boy, they just exploded. You could not go on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube without somebody talking about these, recommending these. These kickstarted the bubblegum pink blush trend. These kickstarted the color changing makeup trend, which, by the way, guys, it's just a red dye that they put in here that adds like a little bit more rosiness when it hits your cheeks. It's not some sort of, crazy makeup technology. It's been around since I was a kid. So you're probably wondering, Sophia, why do you hate these? They're so incredibly popular. The reason why I don't like these, and I think they're one of the worst products from Dior, is because this blush is not the same as this blush. These babies were reformulated. They were reformulated not too long ago, and I feel like a lot of people still to this day, they don't know that the formula was changed, and then they buy the new ones thinking it's going to apply like the ones that they saw on social media, and then they're disappointed. I know that a lot of people don't know that these were reformulated because I posted this on Instagram shortly after the product change, and this post just went, it is still to this day the most viral post I have ever made on Instagram, because it was very clear in the photos that the new formulation is not as good. It's not the same pigmentation, it's not the same color, it's not the same blendability, it's patchier, both in the swatch and also on the cheek. The difference is clear, guys. Dior ruined these blushes, and then not only did they reformulate them, but they launched them in more colors to try and make it seem like, look, we have a whole revamp of the line. And if you haven't been following my channel, you might be wondering, why did they reformulate them? Why stop a good thing? These were already viral. They didn't really need to be changed. Dior has been on this kick for the past 2, maybe 3 years, where they are trying to be a clean beauty brand. Whether we like it or not, clean beauty, whatever that means, is a huge trend in the beauty industry right now. There's a lot of consumers who, for whatever reason, don't want talc and other ingredients in their makeup products. And I think it's good to listen to your customers, and I'm definitely not knocking Dior for taking the talc out of their blushes. The problem that I have is that they reformulated them and they ain't good. They ruined them. Although now that these have been out for a while, I'm definitely waiting for more posts like this one, where influencers are realizing that their clean beauty products just don't last as long if you take all the preservatives out. A lot of these are expiring well before the date that they should. It'll be another even more dramatic opportunity for influencers to capitalize on. Okay, let's transition to a more positive note. I want to talk about one of my favorite products from Dior Beauty, and this product actually just launched this year. It has become one of my new holy grails, not only from Dior Beauty, but in my entire makeup collection. It is the new Dior Forever Skin Perfect Foundation Stick. I find that a lot of foundation sticks can be quite drying and very matte, not very blendable, not very spreadable, and that is not what this is about. This is one of the best foundation sticks that I have ever used. It's definitely something that I think is more for those of you who have normal to dry skin. I don't think every foundation is going to work for everybody. I personally have dry skin, and this baby works wonders on me. It's so creamy, it's so blendable, it's lightweight, but still gives decent coverage. You can see right here from the demo just how brightening and blurring this is. It's so quick and easy in the morning. I just do, a couple little swipes, buff it into my skin, and instantly everything is perfected. I mean, take a look at that before and after. I have quite a bit of rosacea. I have some acne, I have some hyperpigmentation there, I have dark circles. I don't even really have to go in with that much concealer when I use this product. I have tried all of the Dior foundations, and across the board, I think they're all pretty good, but this is the only one that I would say has made it to like holy grail status for me and at least my skin type. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. All I will say is make sure you don't confuse your foundation stick with the contour stick in very similar packaging, or else you end up with situations like this. This next one is in the worst category. We're gonna be alternating, by the way, and this one is probably gonna be one of the most controversial products that I talk about in this video because, once again, it's one of the most popular, it's one of the most viral, it's one of the most overhyped products from Dior Beauty, but that's why I think it is one of the worst, because I don't really feel like it lives up to the hype, and that is the Dior lip oils. Listen, it's not a bad product. Is it oily? Yes. Is it nourishing? Yes. It's moisturizing. It's a lip oil, but that's about it. It really is not worth the $40. That's really expensive for a lip oil. Not trying to yuck somebody's yum, but since they have been launched, there are so many other brands that have launched very similar products, just as luxurious in terms of the packaging, the formula, the ingredients. I really like these from Ami Collet. These are half the price, and you know, maybe the packaging isn't as fancy, but I really like the formula of these. It's a little bit thicker, it's a little bit more luscious, it's a little bit longer lasting. The shades are really beautiful. They have some really pretty shimmery ones that I think add a little bit, you know, like more multi-dimension to the lips, and they're half the price. I also really like these new ones from RMS. With the Dior, one of the issues that I have is that, you know, it looks beautiful on the lips, but if I buy a different color, it doesn't look all that different. I have to really buy completely opposite colors, like bright red and clear, for them to show up differently on my lips. What I like about the RMS ones is that the color that you see here on the tube, that is the color that I'm gonna see on my lips. My lips are pretty naturally pigmented, and so I like the fact that I can go in with a lip oil, like I can actually see the color truly for what it is, but I still get all of the comfort, all of the moisture, the shine, and just the easiness of wear and application of a lip oil. So that's why I put these in the worst category. I understand that they're not a bad product, but it's like the RMS, this is using the same ingredients, basically, the bitter cherry seed oil as these. There's nothing particularly groundbreaking about this product, and so I just don't want my viewers to waste their money. Back to my faves, this is another newish product from Dior. They have really been killing it in the complexion category this year, at least I think so. And I like this product so much that I bought it in 2 different shades. This is the Dior Forever Glow Star Filter. This is yet another glowy, shimmery, youthful, glowy. How many times am I gonna say glowy? Skincare, makeup, hybrid type of product. It's the kind of thing that you can wear as a primer before putting on your foundation to add a little extra moisture and glow. You can wear it on your no makeup days just to kind of perfect and blur the skin a little bit. You can mix it into your foundation to add, again, a little bit more glowiness, or to kind of, you know, add a bit of a tan to your foundation. There's so many different ways that you can use this product, and I know there's a lot of other products out there that are very similar in concept. Of course, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, Say Glowy Super Gel. It seems like every brand has come out with their own version of this product, and in fact, Dior is kind of late to the game in that regard, but I still like this one the best, and I have a lot of these products in my collection. I just love the fact that this is pigmented enough that I actually notice it on my face. I can see the glow. Just one little swipe, blend it in, I see the glow there, and I can actually see the tone of the color that I got. By the way, I think this comes in 10 shades, which is really good. Most of the other ones only come in like 2, 3, sometimes only 1 shade. So good job, Dior. I think that with some of these products, particularly the Say Glowy Super Gel, while it is beautiful, I don't see enough of a difference when I put it on my skin. The other thing that I like about this is that it is incredibly hydrating. I definitely can see that my foundations, even some of the more like matte ones in my collection, they last a lot nicer on my dry skin. I usually use shade 1 all year round, and then if I want a little bit of a tan, or if I need to kind of adapt the shade of my, you know, winter foundation for the summer, then I go in with shade 3. So while it is expensive, I will say it's a really great product all around. Love the moisturization, love the range of shades to choose from, love the pigmentation, love the wear, love the packaging. packaging, it's absolutely gorgeous. It really does feel like I'm paying for a luxury product, and that's why it is in the best category. Back to the worst. I want to talk about a Dior complexion product that I do not recommend. This one is definitely my least favorite, and also I think the most disappointing, because I was so excited when this launched because I actually really like the foundation that this pairs with. And this is the Dior Backstage Concealer. When did this come out? I think it was maybe 2 years ago, and I did review this on my channel, and I apologize, I don't have it anymore. I decluttered that over a year ago, and the reason that I decluttered it is because it's just so dry. I feel like this concealer highlights every little fine line that I have under my eyes. It's not moisturizing at all. And you know, in Dior's defense, it does say right here on the website that this is a waterproof and crease-proof full coverage concealer, which usually when I see those words, I kind of stay away, because as somebody who is, you know, in her 30s and has dry skin, that's the kind of product that I try and stay away from. It's usually going to be too drying. It's not going to be good on my kind of skin or mature skin. And that's exactly the experience that I had. When you take a look at the models on the site here as well, they all look like they're 17 years old, like they're gorgeous, but I don't have that kind of skin. This is just, it's not it. It's not hydrating. It really, I think, is for somebody who wants something very, very full coverage, or maybe somebody who's a little bit younger. You know, the Backstage line, it is marketed towards a younger demographic, so maybe that's why they kind of went with that formulation. I don't know. Comment down below if you've had this experience as well. This is just one of my least favorite, most disappointing products from Dior, because I actually quite like the Dior Backstage foundation. There is, however, a concealer that I do like from Dior Beauty, and that is the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. I have had this baby for years now. I've gone through several tubes, which is saying something because I have a lot of makeup. They did reformulate this, but I have to say, I can't tell the difference between the old one and the new one. So good job, Dior. You didn't ruin this one. This is what I like to call a kind of Goldilocks concealer. Like, it's not too glowy, it's not too matte, it's not too light coverage, it's not too full coverage. This is the concealer that I actually recommend to my own friends and family, especially those who they don't really know that much about makeup. They don't really know what they want. They want something elevated and good quality that's going to be worth their money, but they don't really know the differences between a lot of products, and I feel like this always serves them well. It's just a great medium coverage concealer. I have dry skin, like I said. I don't feel like this dries out. I don't feel like it emphasizes my fine lines, and it's hydrating, but it's not like super serum-y like a lot of the newer foundations that have been coming out on the market. So it provides decent coverage, and it's not, you know, so greasy and emollient that if you have oily skin, you can't use this. So this next worst product is probably the one that breaks my heart the most, even more than the Rosy Glow blushes, because like, I liked those, but they weren't my absolutely most used product from Dior. I really love the Dior eyeshadow quints. I love eyeshadow palettes in general, and I've collected, I should have counted before I filmed this, I have at least 20 Dior quints that I have collected over the years. It was a really good formula, until, like the Rosy Glow blushes, like a lot of their powder products, they reformulated these. And I don't want to come on here and say that every single palette has been ruined and you should never buy another Dior eyeshadow palette again. I'm not saying that, because I have continued to review them on my channel, and the reason for that is because I think they're just very inconsistent. You don't really know what you're gonna get. Like, for example, this one right here, the Pastel Glow that they launched earlier this year, I think that this one is really beautiful, but you can kind of tell this is a different formula than the ones in the main line. Some of the ones in the main line I think perform perfectly fine, but as many of you saw in the video that I did when they first were reformulated, I can link it down below, they ruined my beloved soft cashmere. I mean, you can see in that video the clear difference between the way that the shades swatch, the way that they apply to the eyes. It's just not as good. A lot of the mattes in particular are just a little bit too dry and patchy. And for the price, which continues to increase, by the way, from 60 to 62, that it was 65, now it's 68, and some of the seasonal ones are like 71, all the way up to like 80, 85. It's ridiculous. With the increases in the prices, I don't know if it's worth it. I think you really need to watch reviews when these come out, or just, find someone that you trust online, see what they think. They're not all consistently high quality, and I kind of find myself not reaching for them as much. I have to be honest, there's so much more competition from other brands out there now. We have the new YSL quads, Prada Beauty, Dolce & Gabbana Beauty. We have other like clean beauty brands like Chantecaille or EADEM. Like there's other clean beauty brands that are formulating eyeshadows that are not dry and patchy. I know it can be done. That's what annoys me. So that's why I have it in the worst category. I just want to warn you all that I don't think that these are the best of the best anymore, because I think if you're the best of the best, you have consistent quality. The consistency I do see, however, in the Dior Backstage palettes. I know that not everybody loves these because, like the packaging, it's a little bit more simplistic, yes. And these shadows, they are not really meant to be super pigmented. They have a little bit more of a softer look to them. But I will say, I love the formula of these, especially as I get a little bit older. I just want something soft and elegant for every day. And you're getting more shades for that luxury price point. So I think the value is better as well. This is actually the palette that I have on my eyes today. This is the Smoky Essentials. It's just like a really beautiful, neutral, cool tone type of palette. So if you're deciding between these, I would say in general, these are more like worth the money. Whereas with these, I would make sure I would watch a review first. As I get older, I find it harder and harder to find highlighters that really suit my preferences and my skin type. Something that is smooth, looks natural, not too much, not too flashy, but still, is noticeable on my cheekbones. And for that reason, I really like the Dior Forever Couture luminizers. I have every single shade plus a bunch of the seasonal ones that they've launched. A little bit excessive, I know, but it's kind of my thing that I like to review here on my channel. These are some of the best luxury highlighters, or I'm sorry, luminizers out there. It's all marketing, guys. It's a highlighter. They are super smooth. They are super natural looking on the cheeks. They're not glittery. They're not chunky. It's just a good product. You get what you pay for. It definitely feels like a luxury formula. This one right here is my recommendation if you just want like that standard gold champagne type of highlighter. This one is 04 Golden Glow. And then I love that they also have some deeper and kind of more pigmented shades, not only for those of you who have deeper skin tones, but if you're fair like me, these make really beautiful blush toppers. This one is one of my favorites here. It's number 05 Rosewood Glow. And this looks like it would be too deep for my skin tone, but actually, if you use a fluffy brush and you just kind of go on top of your blush, it's just a gorgeous kind of rosy, ethereal glow. It's a little bit different than the standard highlighters that I have in my collection. I don't think you need to collect them all like I do, because at some point, a lot of them look a little, same, but different. But I think having, one or two that are very different colors in a collection, they will serve you well. It's a beautiful formula. So I haven't admitted this on my channel before, but I don't really like the Dior lip tints. And I was kind of surprised to see that these were a bestseller on the Sephora US website, because they're so expensive. They're $40 just like the lip oils. Unlike the lip oils, which I think, I said, it's a solid product. It does what it says on the tin. I've actually concluded that I don't really like these that much. I don't think this is that good of a product. Now, if you're not familiar with this product, these are supposed to be something that lightly stains your lips and lightly, tints your lips upon first application, but also is very hydrating, right? Because a lot of the lip stains that we had, years ago when we were younger, they were quite drying and they didn't really add any kind of moisture or shine to the lips. So this does both, or it's supposed to do both. And I will say, they're not drying. They're not drying at all, at least I don't think so. But the reason that I literally never reach for these, I think, is because they're rather fussy. Comment down below and let me know if you agree. You can see right here from the demo, it's a little bit hard to kind of evenly spread it across my lips. They're a bit patchy. And then the wear is quite patchy as well. Like it doesn't wear super evenly. So I find myself just reaching for, like the YSL Love Shines or the RMS lip oils that I just showed you a second ago, because those are gonna give me the same beautiful, light, effortless, very low maintenance tint with all of the hydration and shine. So I just don't really see a huge point in this product. In fact, I've pretty much decided that I'm going to be decluttering these from my collection at the end of this year. I just think they're incredibly overpriced for what they are. And in fact, Rare Beauty has a very, very similar product for, I think they're $20, so half the price of this. So if you're intrigued by this, if you like the concept, I would go for the Rare Beauty and just spare yourself that extra $20. But as you probably guessed from my incredibly glossy lips, there is a lip product from Dior Beauty that I do enjoy, and that is the Dior Addict Lip Maximizers. These are my favorite lip glosses, and I totally get it if you don't like the sort of lip plumper type of product, which these are. You're probably not going to like this. What I especially enjoy is just the beautiful, radiant, juicy, plumping look type of shine that these give. I especially love the ones in the sparkly formula and that have like the holographic finish. This one right here is holographic lavender, and then my favorite one, which I have on my lips today, is the shimmer hazelnut. Yes, I know, I am aware, just like the lip oils, there's other cheaper lip glosses out there on the market, but I like these the best. It's the full package. It's the tingle, it's the plumping, it's the texture that isn't too sticky, but not too thin and slippy where it's gone in 2 seconds. It's the beautiful multi-dimensional sparkle, it's the shine, and they have so many shades to choose from. It gets a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but in general, it's really fun to pick out and collect your favorite shades. That being said, I don't think that you need, 10 of these, because just like the lip oils, after a while, like one shimmering nude looks very similar to the other shimmering nude. You don't need every single one, but these two, like I said, are my favorites, and they do look very different when I put them on my lips. And I have to be honest, like these are the lip glosses that when I want a lip gloss, I reach for time and time again. Do me a favor and leave me a comment down below. Let me know, what do you think are the best products from Dior Beauty? And also on the flip side, what do you think are the worst products? Which ones do you think are super overhyped, super overpriced? If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. And better yet, go watch another video. I have an entire playlist of Dior Beauty reviews, which I can link down below. And up next, we have the top 5 best and worst from Chantecaille and my top 5 luxury foundations. And with that, friends, I hope that you see some beauty in your day, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.